What's up, Tweeners? Welcome back to another Tweener tennis video today here on the channel, and we have just completed our trip to MTSU, Middle Tennessee State, and I couldn't have asked for a better second stop for our 2022 college tennis tour. Now, Jimmy is one of those guys that can do everything, and when I mean everything, I literally mean everything, from raising money to the program to coaching a top 50 program in the country. This guy is unbelievable. And to start off our segment with MTSU, we're gonna have our interview with Jimmy right now. So make sure you go show Jimmy some love on Twitter, show love on their Instagram page, and make sure you are subscribed to Tweener Tennis. We're trying to get to 3,000 subscribers by the summertime, so make sure we can do that. Make sure that subscribe button with notifications turned on, and I'll see you in the next one. Enjoy our interview with MTSU head coach Jimmy. I'm here with Jimmy, the man, the myth, the legend. It's incredible that I even got here because of the weather, but I am here at MTSU, and I couldn't be more surprised and more happy to be here. And Jimmy, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. Where did your coaching background come from? Start from the beginning about your journey here as the head coach.
Oh, first, Philip, thanks for coming down. This is great. My coaching journey, I think I've had so many. I've been really lucky. I've had so many different influences, but from my junior coach to my high school coach to my college coach to the coaches that I've worked with as assistant coaches, and then I'm kind of spoiled. I have great assistant coaches right now, and Coach John Chris and Coach Callie. I wouldn't even know where to start, but the one that really sticks in my mind would have to be my high school coach, Coach Bob Hoppenstead. Okay. Which was interesting about him was he really wasn't a tennis player.
Really?
He was actually a motivational speaker for the Chicago Bears.
Oh, even better.
But in 1986, being the motivational speaker for the Chicago Bears when we won the Super Bowls,
it's pretty big.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, but his whole thing was all about positive attitude, and attitude is everything, and most successful people have the best attitude, and so it's just always stuck with me.
So how would you describe your coaching style in terms of where did you get everything from him, or did you take it from different places and melt kind of into this your own style?
Oh yeah, no. I mean, it's a lot of pieces from so many different people. I mean, I try to pick up something from everyone, and so really, I don't know how much of it is actually uniquely my own style, but I feel like everyone I've worked with or worked for me or with me, I've tried to take something. I feel like I'm still learning to this day. I mean, I'm trying to pick up new things and kind of keep this growth mindset where all right, I'm not done yet, and that's the same attitude I want my players to have. Just want to continue to grow. Just like I want them to keep thinking about improving, I'm always looking to try to improve myself.
What's what piece of advice that someone may have given you that you take into your coaching style or your coaching career, I should say?
That's a good one.
There's definitely a lot, of course.
Yeah, no, I don't know. The one that I just kind of sticks with me, and I don't know, the more you've only been around for today and a little bit of yesterday's is like I'm always feel like if you're not getting better, you're getting worse. And so like my mind is just always all right, yes, this guy won 6-2 6-2, all right, I still see these things, and I want him to be walking off the court always learning, and there's something you can keep pushing that envelope and get a little bit better. And so, I don't know, that's something the guys, I mean, if you ask the guys, they're probably always saying that, we win and we learn, or we lose and we learn, and, just trying to keep moving forward.
And do you kind of, when it goes to individual players, and you might have mentioned it already, when it comes to that individual style of tennis, we all know that it's that kind of sport. How do you coach each player? Do you do it based on your own philosophy, or do you have to develop time with them in order to understand how they work on the court?
Yeah, so one of the things we try to do 2 individual workouts with each guy, and we do that all throughout the fall. And during that time, we really identify, all right, and we build that relationship because, yeah, we're together at team practice and whatnot. And don't get me wrong, we learn a lot from those experiences as well. But the one-on-one workouts where, it's here in Tennessee, it's 100 degrees and it's, 8 a.m. and I'm already on my third T-shirt for the day, and the kid's already in his third T-shirt, and he's toasted from an hour workout, and we just sit down and kind of say, hey, what's going on? And so I learned some of the different things that kind of help make them tick. And then, I also, learn, all right, on the sideline, is this guy the guy that, really needs a tactic right now, or does he really need me to calm him down? Does he need me to throw like a visualization tactic at him? Or is this, we don't even, sometimes I got one guy, we don't even talk about tennis.
Oh, really?
Just, crack a joke or mess with them a little bit. And, so each guy's totally different in my style.
And each guy, too, and I think, to be honest, you're the only American on your team. It just, in terms of coaching staff, the players, what comes into that recruiting process for you when you look at players to come to MTSU?
Yeah,
it's a tough question.
No one's ever pointed that out. It's a good point. But I think for me, when I first started coaching, all I wanted to do was have the best tennis team I could have, and I realized really quickly that was not the way to go. And so I want to say it was like 2014, 2015. I realized that I really need to find guys that have a very, I believe, a very blue-collar attitude, that love tennis, and really that they're coachable and good guys. And so literally the first thing I ask when I find a guy that I think is, I like his game or get referred, is he a good kid?
Yeah.
Now we're with some of these guys for 5 years, some of them, with the COVID year, but 4 years at a minimum. I want to make sure that I want to spend time with them because I'm with them more than I am with my family. Yeah. And so knowing that I've got a great reference that says, hey, this guy's really quality, good, and that he wants to get better and he loves tennis. I mean, I really don't care where they're from. And then it kind of goes into the three things that I focus all my time on. And it is recruiting. All right, you got to recruit your college coach. Building the community, which I'm constantly trying to get the community involved, and then culture. And when you have a team with nine different countries. Yeah. Well, if you throw me in there, there's 10. We've got to spend time together off the court. And once a month, I try to have the team over to my house and just not in tennis gear, and hanging out, playing badminton in the backyard or frisbee, whatever it is, and we just hang out. So that's a big piece. Those are the three things I kind of spend all my time on.
Yeah, I love that, and it's interesting to hear each coach talk about. And I'm still very early on in this college tour, and ironically, I interviewed your conference rivals first at ODU.
Okay.
So, but everyone's different. Everyone has their own individual style, and what you want to get out of your players is not just tennis, I would assume. What do you want your players to take away from their time here at MTSU as a coach or as a mentor, tennis-wise, academic-wise? What's your goal for them to leave with?
Yeah, that's a big question. I think that's the biggest question, and it's really probably one of my big sales pitches when I'm recruiting. I don't like to call it a sales pitch because I think there's so many reasons to come to Middle Tennessee, but we average 300 hours of community service per year as a team. We've won the ITA Community Service Award now 7 years in a row. And I think that encompasses the me, all right, I got good kids that come, but I want them to leave even better. Yeah. Recognize how important it is, and how grateful this opportunity. I mean, we play in this beautiful tennis center. We fly to matches in our school private plane. I mean, we get gear galore. We get to compete against the best schools and places all around the country, and give back. and know that we kind of have a status as a student athlete, and to share our love of the game of tennis. I want them to be ambassadors for the game. I want them to become, their character to continue to grow and become a better person. And then, of course, academically, we kill it in the classroom. I mean, guys like to tease that, if they're getting a B- in their report card, like, I'm all over them.
Really?
I mean,
just like a dad.
Oh yeah. Well, I am most of them because they're international. They don't have a father figure that's within a couple 100 miles or 1,000 miles maybe.
Sure.
So yeah, that was a long answer, but
no, it's perfect.
I really do like to follow them and make sure that when they get done with their time here at Middle, that they're on the right path and doing something they love.
And I don't think you should sell yourself short on that sales pitch, because I feel like as a coach and as a philanthropist, that's the word I would describe you as well. The amount of work you put in outside of the tennis court and outside your office is unbelievable. And from raising money for this facility, the new facility that you're putting in, where did this come from? What makes you such a hard worker to kind of get this program to where it is now?
Well, I've got some great mentors. I mean, and then, but more importantly, my parents. I mean, my father, just extremely hard worker, very successful businessman that went on to become the chief technology officer for Wells Fargo Bank, and probably basically took himself from nothing, putting himself through college and to move his way up the ladder. And then a very blue-collar Italian mother that also, came from nothing. And so I credit them, for this drive that I have. But, I don't know. I'm really proud to say that, all right, Middle Tennessee, we've had a great tradition well before I came.
Yeah.
And I actually interviewed here in 2007 and didn't get the job. And then for me to be able to come back in 2010 and then get the job and, kind of build this up and really put my own kind of stamp to it, I'm very proud of it. And, I don't even think we've come close to where we can go. So I think that's commendable, but there's been a lot of great people that have really been part of this, getting us where we're going.
And you can see that through the amount of names that we see on this wall. That's kind of right here. Every court, almost every court, I think, or every court, correct me if I'm wrong, is named after someone.
Yeah. All the 8 courts here at the ATC have already got naming rights. Actually, we've been great partners with the city and Mr. Gary Arbit and Nate Williams with the city of Murfreesboro. We actually continue to work together to improve this place. We just put a $10,000 new deck tennis upgrade to the scoreboard, which is going to improve our live stream capabilities. We also have we've improved some of the signage in the tennis center. Mr. Gary's improved some shade structures outside. I mean, the place it just keeps getting better. It's just really cool.
And it keeps building and building, and you have to at least talk about what you're planning on building. That's coming soon, because you've hinted in on it, social media. You've talked about the progress. Just the concept of it is amazing, and as a mid-major school, this is probably better than most Power 5 conferences that have 8 indoor courts, that have their own play site. You have your own color commentary on conferenceusa.com, and you've built a brand for MTSU tennis. So please.
Yeah, I mean, and it's all just come together in pieces. I mean, we're the ball kids, and I was looking at it yesterday for a minute. It's just I zoned out in the match for a second and just looked upstairs and saw the huge crowd, and I see people walking out with beer and wine, and then I see the ball kids running around, and I'm like, it's really become kind of a cool event.
Yeah.
But the new facility is going to be a new $4.8 million facility on campus with ground construction and demolition to begin in July.
Love that.
And it's going to be 8 courts. It's almost going to mirror this indoor facility with the 4 courts and 4 courts, with some different, a couple few differences with locker rooms for just the teams, but there's plans to be a VIP area.
Wow.
Which to come with seat back seats, and then offer those people memberships to be a VIP, but to be able to go get food and beverages for free as a VIP. And then also the plan is to build or create a business plan in which we can have memberships, which would then help us become more self-sustaining, and also supplement our budget. With the rising prices of everything right now. Won't hurt to have a couple extra $1,000 in the budget, and so that'll be a cool component, where people can reserve courts with an app and pay a small fee. It will be a little bit difficult because here at the ATC you can play outdoors for free, but we think we're on the other side a little bit down the road, and we think we can kind of corner a market that will be interested and continue to build the support for the program.
It's fantastic, and you even put in these new speakers that I'm hearing above my head that I absolutely love.
I forgot about that actually.
So you're just constantly doing things that I don't think a lot of coaches take responsibility for, and building that on top of what you do on the court with your kids. And I think it's a lot to learn from you and from the guys that are learning from you as well. And I just really appreciate you having me here while the national anthem is going off right now.
Those speakers are good.
They are really good.
I forgot about that.
That's
edition.
A really good choice that you've made. But please.
I just think the role of the college coach has changed to a degree. I mean, I get a lot of emails because we're one of the only programs ranked in the top 75 that has a graduate assistant as an assistant coach. And Coach Callie is phenomenal, but so I get a lot of people asking, well, how, can I shadow you? What's going on? And they're always kind of floored to realize that being on court, that portion of being a college coach these days, it's pretty small. I mean, it's I'd say it's a third of the time, but the other time is in the office meeting people. Doing interviews for Tweener Head Tennis. I mean, and trying to figure out how do you grow your program in other ways other than just improving your team, your individual players. And you have to wear some different hats. And that's what I think is the evolution of the college tennis coach used to just be recruit, improve your players. Now it's can you get people to your matches? Can you raise money? Can you build all these other different capabilities? And as college coaches, we got to keep that in mind.
It's kind of like that viral photo of you see an iceberg and you see the top of it, but you don't see everything else that's under it too. And that other half, more than half, is coming from everything else that you're doing off the court. So
exactly,
Jimmy, thank you so much for coming on and allowing me to be a part of this process and experience, because I think a lot of people really need to take a better look at your program and admire it for what it is.
Appreciate it. Thanks so
Thank you,
much,
Jimmy.
man.
Appreciate it.